have a bad temper, make a big fuss and cry. And I know that lately it's been hard, we had a bumpy ride. But if you give me one more chance, I make it everlast. Our love. Cause you've been told too many times before. Yeah, you've been told so many times before. So I'm gonna try with something new. And I'll never say
England versus Norfolk Island. Joining me in the commentary box for this one is Mr. John Bell.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Thanks for joining us once again.
Well, it should be a good game, Jason. England are going well. They've won all the matches up to now. A bit of a scare yesterday when they were 6 up with 2 to play against the United States and lost to 6, but managed to win the last end.
Yeah, there's been some good play. The shadows are just slightly moving around. Staying with the top rink here for this afternoon at Athena Beach. This is right outside the Athena Royal Hotel, which is a sister hotel. So a lot quicker surface, this surface. England sporting their old international tops with the lions on. I quite like that top personally. I think it's nicer than the newer top.
I agree.
Norfolk Islands, well, they're in their very traditional white and green. You'll see the pine tree on the back of the shirts if you've never seen them before. That's because their beautiful country is completely covered in pine trees.
Yes, Norfolk Island have been remarkably good competitors at world events for their size. I mean, they've only got a population of 1,800 and there's only 50 bowlers, and yet they've participated in all the major world events, World Championships, Commonwealth Games, South Pacific Championships, and they've done really well for their size. I mean, the best known bowler would be Carmen Anderson, who has won indoor and outdoor gold medals, World Championships.
Did she move away, John, for a year or two? Did she move to Australia, then move back? I can't remember. I remember her moving. She did move somewhere for a season or two. Then she's recently moved back.
I think she did. But she was a really lovely, bubbly character on the green and had a great presence, particularly for television. It was, a joy to watch. Really refreshing, I think.
Yeah, that's what's needed. Sometimes I think the game does lack that, personality side of things. Most sports you've got your personalities, whether you like them, whether you don't like that particular personality. I think it's always good to have. When you look at, tennis, you've had the likes of McEnroe, Kyrgios more so now. They are a personality, and I think it actually does the sport really, really good. It might not be a personality you may like or not, but I think it's needed. In your day, John, you can name loads. Win Richards used to always make me giggle, with his stammer, but he used to play on it as well, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, we were very lucky in that era. Very good bowlers as well in their own right. I was watching this screen this morning, and I think it's the teams that are going to really nail the pace. If they can manage to get the draw again first, it's going to be very difficult to save at the back end. There seem to be tighter hands on this screen, and if you're overweight, you're not coming back, and you'll just drift on past. So getting the pace is essential, I would think.
From the first game, I know we're very, very high up here in our penthouse suite, but it looked like playing towards the sea, so in the opposite direction. It looked as if it was slightly quicker, maybe 2 to 3 feet quicker.
I think it is quick, this green. Yeah, it's a nice pace. You drop onto that, and as I say, you'll pay dividends.
That's certainly a good head of bowls for the first end. touch here and a touch there, and it was nearly in. Just that slightly overplayed pace, just holding the ball away.
Yeah, that heavy ball would suggest that England are shots down in this end. Difficult to tell from up here.
Yeah, it's just the standard size stickers that they're using, isn't it? It's quite difficult sometimes. Well, it just tends to go just a little bit straighter at the end. There you go, look, there's that little kick back, straight in, well played. Thought I was back on Bolton there, John.
Yeah. Well, they've dropped on the pace, all right. That's a really good head. One of the best heads I've seen here, actually.
Like you just said earlier, John, there, that slightly weighted ball was just really struggling just to get back to centre rink, and it was only 2 yards over. Just underplayed the line and the pace. I think she needs to go maybe a little bit more direct underneath the bowl, or she can play that backhand and just chance that little straightener at the end.
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt for that one. She was aiming to play a blocker, which it won't be too bad actually in the eye. Well, it's worked. One to Norfolk Island.
What exciting questions have you been asked today, John? Anything in particular?
No, just about very relevant really about the pace of the greens and just general chatting about their conditions and how they're coping, and every green's slightly different, so that it's a very much the case of getting to grips with the rink you're playing on quite early on, and then depends on the time of day you're playing as well. That has an effect, because if the breeze gets up, that affects them. So I mean, there's lots of things to take into consideration, but in general, everybody's really enjoying it. But they're finding it sometimes a bit difficult to cope.
Yeah, there's been a few loose heads, like you say. The wind, more so on an artificial surface, will play its part.
Still, a lot of teams misjudging their weight. there's been on this screen this morning. I was watching 2 or 3 games, and they were playing with too much weight, and they never really adjusted, and they and paid the penalty basically. Essentially, you get your eye in quickly.
Yeah, very good adjustment.
Just like that. I was talking to the Norfolk Island team before I did preparation for this broadcast, and they were telling me it took them 27 hours to get here. Amazing, but they're absolutely delighted to be participating.
It's a long way to come. It's not the easiest of places to get to neither. We're lucky, aren't we, from the UK with the direct flights?
But it's well worth it when you get here to this fabulous resort.
Been given the news everybody dreads, and apparently there's karaoke this evening. Apparently you're first up, John.
I doubt it. There won't be many left if I get up. We once had a karaoke after during the internationals and the England indoor team, and I used to Win Richards, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Win had a bit of a stammer, but he just didn't suffer from it when he sang. That's why I like to sing, and he dragged me up with him. And anyway, we did "I Got You, Babe."
Oh.
So thankfully, I just got the job of Babe.
Oh dear. I will howl if that comes on tonight. It's funny how I said I thought it was quicker in this direction with 3 balls in the ditch already.
I watched the England ladies this morning for a while, and they played extremely well this morning against the United States team. So they should be full of confidence this afternoon. But Norfolk have adjusted very well.
I don't think that ball was going off. Quick question in there from Lorraine. Is South Africa men's being screened? From memory, yes, they are trying to get as many countries screened as possible. As any streaming programme, things are subject to how things are progressing within a tournament. Good balls.
South African men had a great game this morning with the England men. Went to the last end. Where England managed to scrape through.
difficult to see what the exact position of the head is, isn't it, at the moment? Just trying to work out whether she's better playing just round this or just underneath the wing short ball. I mean, we've got, I think Norfolk Owls, the white and green stickers, aren't they? Well, very close. Well, the all white stickers. The all white stickers? I'm not sure they're not. Ooh, just that 2 feet. So 1 to England. I think was it one? No, 1 to Norfolk Owls, was it? Oh, there you go. So it's nearly as good a view as what we have, John. Pass me a pea shooter. That was 1 to England. So hang on a minute, they've got England at home on there. England at home on the programme. Yeah. So England should be blue. Yeah, on the board. Yeah, if we can, I'll change this quickly. See if it's England versus Norway. England home. But yeah, did you not put them? I'll just check the next then. Well, Jack's in a much different place and just struggling to find it. Well, they're really struggling to find this particular jack length.
It often happens that way. If you one or two wayward woods to start with, then the others follow suit. I think the better the heads, then the better all-round performance is, because it makes you concentrate a little bit harder if you can see that you've got to get the shot back, whereas you think it's an easy draw when obviously it isn't.
Yeah, that's the nearest. Tell the sun's just moved round the back of the hotel now.
Yeah, the cooling effect on the green, it could affect the playing conditions. I think it tends to get, the colder it gets, then the slower it gets, Jason. That's normally the ruling, isn't it, for
Yep.
for these sort of surfaces?
The lovely Jacqueline Henderson's just popped on and said, "Good morning, Mr. Bell is sounding very much like Jeff Boycott today."
Oh, good lord.
Wanted to know the makeup of the teams. John and I have the programme here, so if there's any particular teams you want to know who's playing, just let us know. There's various bits of news articles going on the Facebook as well, Atlantic Rim, have a look on that. Yeah, if you want to know who's playing in which particular country, I mean, for example, for the rink we're following here this afternoon, the England ladies, Cheryl Hanslitt, Anne Birchall, Caroline Cullen and Glenys Bolt.
Yeah, all accomplished county bowlers. 3 of them play for Lincolnshire and 1 for Humberside.
Yep. Caroline panicked a little bit when we said she was going on the live stream this afternoon. She had lunch and then her wording was she dashed and put on, I might need some help with them, she dashed to put on some Spanx, whatever Spanx, I don't know. Or pants, someone was just whispered in my ear.
Caroline was part of the successful Lincolnshire Walker Cup side, the ladies' national double rink at Leamington earlier this year.
They, I think Lincolnshire, well, a little bit, ooh, that's a bit cheeky. Lincolnshire did exceptionally well in everything, didn't they, this year?
They did. They played very well, very consistent.
Yeah, some very good rising talent, that's for certain. The ladies Norfolk Island team, just have a look, thank goodness it's an easy one. It's Deborah Adams, Anne Snell, Kate Smith and Marge O'Brien.
And Anne was successful in the getting a gold medal in the fours at the South Pacific Games in 2019.
Well done, Jeff. I mean, John.
No LBW's there for me, mate.
Well. So that's one out. That's an old-fashioned measure. They first came into for use for crown green bowls as well. They did, because they got the little score, see the little dial
Yeah.
on the side, got the little scoring on, haven't they? You've got to just turn the scoreboard round. Mainly metal, so probably I don't think they're as accurate as string, but it'll give you certainly a good sight of what's what.
Yeah, bowlers tend to keep hold of these things for many years.
Yeah, they put them on the wrong. They've put Norfolk Island on the home on the board, and they should be away. Change this. Can you grab hold of it? Great start. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, wise choice of length. We've gone back there where they were getting some really good heads.
I don't think she's beaten it, has she? Or did she go through the hole? I think she may have just had a contact with the jack as well. That lady's just going to cover the jack, I'm afraid. You can wave at her.
You told them. That's better. We can get a look at the head now.
Just overplayed. I'm going to the ditch.
No.
Needs to miss the front. Has done. How's the result? Second, anyway. On to the Norfolk Islands at the moment.
Well, she had the right idea. Couldn't afford to be short. Positive.
I would say that's the biggest difference in ladies bowls at a competitive level, more so than the men, is those ladies that will play that more aggressive game, not afraid to attack heads. I always find they're the ladies that always seem to do consistently well. Well, got a touch of the jack, but it's come with it, so it's still one to Norfolk Islands, maybe a slightly safer one.
Yeah, she's made Glenys change her hand.
Ooh, a couple of balls wide, that was all. So another single for the Norfolk Isles. They extend their lead now. 3 shots to 1.
Both teams will be quite happy with that at the moment, till they settle into the game. The last thing they want is to have a bit of a disastrous end and lose, big scores.
Yep.
So just settle down and try and improve the consistency.
Looks a good start.
See, just what I was saying before, that ball hung on very well there. You know, not much bend there. You get a good length and you're going to be close.
She's played it again. Nice little round behind the jack. Yeah, it's good opening bowls.
It's a good lead, it's worth the weight in gold. I had the pleasure of playing with John Ottaway, who led for me for years. Yeah, absolutely fantastic lead. Reckoned at one time to be between him and Rowan Brassey, who was the best in the world.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to like watching Robin play. He used to come to the Guildhall quite a few times, didn't he, when I was many years, I think I was about 14, I think.
Yeah. Great guy as well.
There's a few of the old players who used to quite like watching the different styles. There was, who was the other one from, was it Jeff Rabkin? Was he Israel?
Israel, yeah.
Yeah, he was always an interesting player to watch.
And
Perella, I used to like watching.
a bit of a fiery character,
Yes.
Robbie, to say the least.
Of course, I used to like watching Peter Bellis as well.
That's right. You had to reinforce the banks when Peter Bellis or Robbie Perella were driving. And then there was Ian Taylor who used to wind up, you know, with about
Tails.
several
Yeah.
times, and you know,
Yeah.
if he'd have been a scrum half, it would have ruined the game of rugby.
I'll try and get the score for you for the Jersey ladies on the other two rinks. Throw John off, there we go. 4-3 there for you on that ring. And there you go on ring number 14, that one is.
Local derby, that one, wasn't it? Guernsey and Jersey.
Yeah. Caroline don't look old enough, does she? She's got... Nearly scored one on the tight side. Lucky, it's right out in the open. I got Mafia here.
Right, the skips here can demonstrate their drawing skills. Not easy on a brand new line out there.
No, definitely not. Now the England skip will be watching this closely for a rough idea of what this wider line does. Here it comes. Has it come in time though? Hasn't. No, it's not in.
Well, she'll certainly have learned that she doesn't use the wide line, because that went further out.
Anything 18 inches tight under the jab, that's definitely under the jab. So another chance here for Norfolk Isles just to quickly get one in. Well, it's definitely narrower than her last bowl. How's the pace to get back? Short.
It counts.
Line's good.
It's on the wide line now.
Bend inwards.
No way back from there.
Didn't do anything, did it? Didn't do anything at all. Nope. Not sure what she's playing with, but it didn't bend much at all.
Now that might have looked like an easy draw, but it obviously wasn't, with the lines that were available on that wide side.
Yeah, England will be disappointed at that.
Yeah, skips are there for exactly that reason, to be able to draw the shot when there's quite a distance to do it in. They're expected to tidy things up.
Yeah, I mean, first bowl, you let them off for the first bowl, don't you? You think, well, that's your range finder. More so on an outdoor grass green. How many times do you... I hate it when the jack goes flying out into the corner of an outdoor rink and you think, this could make me look stupid. Yeah, sometimes you put it out and it just drifts and drifts and drifts and never comes back in. And then sometimes you'll play the wide line, or else you'll find a load of bend from somewhere.
But that's where experience kicks in,
Yeah.
Jason. I mean, experienced skips have been in that situation before. They know where to gamble with weight and
Yeah.
line. So, I mean, they have a good chance of playing a good ball.
If both hands were available, were you always a player of tending to play the outer hand, or would you play across the ring?
Well, I think every player has a favourite hand.
Yeah.
If you a go-to hand, if you were playing, a singles, for instance, and the rink was reasonable. I mean, I used to always play backhand because it's a more natural side.
Yeah.
Because because of your delivery, if you're right-handed, then your step forward dictates, where your arm goes, and therefore it controls the line. Whereas on the forehand, there's not your arm can be too far out.
Yes.
There's nothing to guide it. So it is a safer hand for most right-handed people, I think. But that again, I mean, I know a lot of players that like to play the forehand.
Yeah, I used to find that there's a lot more. I think there's a lot more hip movement when you're
Yeah.
playing your forehand, isn't there?
Yeah.
I remember because they always try and say stay on the mat. You say, but I always remember watching David Bryant when he used to play his drives because he had a very different delivery anyway. But when he used to play his backhand drive, he always stood with his feet almost square together. But when he played his forehand drive, he always brought his left leg slightly in front. I found that fascinating. And I remember he gave a speech about why he did that. And it was all about rotating the hips. He over-rotated, so therefore he moved his leg to counterbalance. I just thought something like that was, I thought, genius.
Yeah, the sort of most common tendency with the forehand is to hook it across your body, and therefore you sort of really need to sort of step, you know, angle your feet at an angle to make sure that you go a little bit wider. And covering the head again, unfortunately. Can you look what you think? I think you may just have arrived.
Oh, yeah. No, I might have just wobbled in. Just overplayed, is it? Just go wide. I think Norfolk Isles are 3. I think. Can't see what that is. Hard to tell with the white stickers and the white and green stickers.
We actually need the Hubble telescope to find out what's going on with those lollipops.
Hubble telescope.
Can you give NASA a ring immediately?
I'll get on to it, Mr. Bell.
Thank you.
I'm still looking just to play a little tippy-tappy through there. I think that shorter bow near the jack is actually an England white sticker. So I think it's probably just one down for Norfolk Isles, which is why she's playing that just over on the forehand, I think. It's coming now. Got wrecked.
No.
Oh, oh.
Well, that's a great ball.
I've been inclined to play through this now, John.
Absolutely.
Nice and quick down the backhand, I think. Look for that plant.
Always choose the percentage shot, and that's a percentage shot. You win off any of those balls, they're right through it. I don't think that will get back in line. No, it doesn't.
So that's definitely a shot. I think the one to the left is second, I think. Measures are going in. You have joined us once again this afternoon. Thanks for the support down here at the Atlantic Senior Fours. We're live from the Athena Beach Hotel and the Athena Royal in Paphos, which is on the outside of Paphos. Here all the way through to the 12th of December. It's Senior Fours, men's, ladies, and then a mixed fours later on.
Another sneaky two to the Norfolk Island. I'm going to say they are the most consistent four this afternoon.
Yes, they're playing quite well. See, the sun is still shining. A little bit cloudy today, but weather's still quite nice for December, John.
Well, I think it's a lot nicer than it is back home.
I'd say so. This is currently 21 degrees where we are. Not to say anything dangerous in the weather for Friday. Well, she's been let off this end, so this is the time where you really need you to just nail it and start putting a little bit of pressure on. It's amazing what a bit of constant pressure does, John, isn't it?
That's right, it wears you down, wears the opposition down. England need to string a good end together, get a bit of confidence back, get a bit of extra drive. But in all fairness, Norfolk Island are not allowing them back into the game. They're playing some good, consistent balls. But as you say, this may be the chance for them.
Oh, that's it. That's the
That's
one you
better.
want. Well, they've really let them off this end. Sent the jack slightly further.
something wrong with that, I think.
Strange. I mean, you send the jack probably 4 feet further than you've been playing, and all of a sudden it's chaos.
I know. It's hardly any excuse for that, though, is it really? They're just bad balls. Short balls are the scourge of the game. Absolutely useless.
I like that word, scourge of the game.
Good that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
I like that, John. Yeah.
A Jeff Boycott special, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to nick that for January. If you sat there watching Potters in January, you just hear this.
That's good, I know.
But that's my saying.
I know, that's right. I'll be sending the copyright through.
Scourge of the game. I like that. I should wick off them.
This is when the third can come to the rescue.
Needs to get contact. Ooh.
Oh, that's a great effort. Couldn't afford to be short.
This looks good. That's very well played. Very, very well played.
Yeah.
Just looking for a good second or third at the moment.
That would do, yeah.
Just help that skip.
Prevent any disasters. Yeah, with lovely length again, but
It's still 3 England. Just a repeat of the last delivery. It's got some extra pace on it. Well, she's taken some advice there from the rest of her team. I mean, does she take a chance at the balls or the jack?
well, it's a small target, and it's a difficult shot on these greens. The drive. It's what she feels most confident in. If she might be a drive might be one of her specialities, but we never know. But
Oh dear, right, this is your chance. They're not going to give him many chances like this.
that for a skip is a really bad ball, I'm afraid. Well,
I think I'd be inclined to play for the balls or the jack if I was the Norfolk Isles skip. Backhand nice and positive. She could try and draw, but if she runs into the back of that, she's dropping at least a 4. Right, nearly 4 yards to get another here. Play that open hand. 3. Yeah.
There won't be any replays on here for that, will there?
No, I've not got that function, to be pleased to know. They're the chances that could come back and haunt you, aren't they, near the end?
Mm. Well, I mean, both sides there will be very disappointed in the outcome there, because I mean certainly England should have got more shots, and yet the attempt to retrieve was very poor from Norfolk Island. But that's bowls. That's what
Yeah.
happens. Whether it be pressure or lack of concentration or whatever, there's a lot of factors that are involved in your performance.
I think it was under the hat there, Jack, I think.
It's dreadful. Sorry.
See what you mean, John?
No, in all fairness, it isn't easy.
I thought they should have done a celebrity bowlers special where we all have a free bar and watch you four player pairs. Would be quite interesting.
Keep your good ideas to yourself.
Freshly boiled eggs ready. Okay, edging it forward, just big yard. It's in the count though.
I think, in all fairness, the greens aren't easy, but I think it would be fair to say that your aim would be to be within at least a metre,
Yes.
ideally, if or just over that, somewhere in the head. I mean, look what happened there. The last end, there was nothing near it whatsoever. And you've got to cut down the chance of that happening, and the best way to do that is get balls in the head. always better up than short. I mean, they can always be useful if the jack's pulled back.
Yeah, so it's giving you a chance, isn't it? Let's say I hate short balls in the way as well, especially when you're playing on a really heavy outdoor flat green that's full of grass and he's lumping through balls all the time. I just don't find it enjoyable. Technical term, that lumping through.
Yes, I'll look that one up.
Yep.
Bowls England Handbook.
They do seem to run on down this way. I'm sure it's downhill here, this last bit. Same on the other ring on 16 this morning. They just seem to just run out that bit further.
It'll be quicker. Here's another. This looks promising.
Yep.
No, slip past.
I think it's enough for 3 though.
Yeah, the Norfolk girl just lost a little bit of concentration.
Get a sit off that. Yeah, that'll be enough.
Yeah, good ball.
Something similar available for the England skip, isn't there? Just, like I say, guaranteeing that full draw, get to the shot ball, turn the jack a yard round the corner.
Well, you should be used to the lines by now, and there's a good open draw available.
Just not going to get back, is it? Little touch on the jack. Oh, dearie me. Great effort. Gently, 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 gently. Dear me, you wouldn't think you could get underneath of that and miss the jack, would you?
Yeah, great try, great line in, just over the weight. No, then Glennis, you weren't far away last time.
She's short.
No.
So just over the halfway mark, 4 shots adrift are England, Norfolk Islands. I think overall still playing a little bit more consistency, apart from they had 2 really bad ends, haven't they, that have been the ends that they've dropped the counts, but just a couple of what I call easy bowls there. That one there, Jackal bowl for 3. You need to be up, don't you, John?
Yeah.
Give it a chance when you've got a few options, few different options. Even if you're up and you get that little bit of fortune off the short bowl, just give yourself that extra percentage. See the scores on the other rinks there. Let's have a quick look. Much better start. Went straight to the end.
Well, Norfolk Island tried to change the length there, brought the mat up. Obviously thinking about what happened down this end last time. Well, that's a much better start. It's only 5 miles by 3 miles, you know, Norfolk Island.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So I knew it was very
Yeah.
small, but I didn't
Yeah.
realise it was 5 miles by 3 miles. Dear me.
And cattle are right away.
Yes, I heard that. Yes.
A bit like Cumbria, really.
Yes, apparently the cows are quite well thought of, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, as you know, I work on the railway, and it's still in the the railway rule book. If a swan is sat within the forefoot, as we call it, so within the 2 running rails, the driver must apply the emergency brake. It's classed as what was the late Majesty's bird, but which is obviously now the King. But yeah, it's still in the old railway book from British Rail. If you see a swan within the forefoot, you must apply the emergency brake.
There must have been a lot of swans on the line these last 6 months then.
Anyway, they've just resolved the conductor strikes whilst I've been here. That's always good. Driver one is still ongoing. It has been it's been hard work. I mean, 17 years I've been on the railway, and it's the last 2 years have been the worst I've ever known it. That needs to run.
Running like the railways, that one.
Go on. Short-term cancellation.
Not an easy way in now for England. Never never in.
That's a good crown green saying that. Never in.
That's one thing. The crown green bowlers, when they see somebody that's when they've shots against and they're short, they go berserk, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't need the commentator to put it down. Your own player will certainly put it down, yeah, right in front of you. Yes.
Those were good events in Preston when there was the old UK singles, wasn't it? When Crown Green bowlers, the top Crown Green bowlers used to play, and the flat.
The Super Bowl.
No, the Super Bowl in Manchester.
Yeah. Yeah,
I played in the first couple of them. Yeah.
That studio that was built in there was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, and the crowd is right on top, right in beside the ring. The atmosphere was fantastic. Really, really, really good.
Push and run. If it falls back, it's in.
That's a very good ball, that. Right, Caroline, you can afford to play right through this.
Use that straightener. Got it.
Oh, well played.
Yeah. She's played some good bowls that have just been arriving, hasn't she? When she dragged the jack before, she'd played a good bowl. I remember Noel Burrows winning that Super Bowl, that 1988, was it? Was it Liverpool Victoria sponsored that one, I think? You don't get them kind of sponsors.
No.
Remember the old cigarette companies, weren't there, and all that kind of stuff. Well, can work off her own against the bias. Let's just stay.
They ran a Crown Green challenge as well when they invited the top indoor, flat and outdoor bowlers, and I got an invitation, and Jeanette rang me up, the wife rang me up and said, I've got some good news and some bad news. She said, you've been invited to play in the Crown Challenge. I said, well, what's the bad news? Well, you're playing Noel Burrows first time. It was top Crown Green bowler. Well, I said, well, I'll take half an hour off work then.
Was that at Martin Institute?
It was, yeah. It was good. It was a good...
Yeah. The year, if I'm correct, Len Higginbottom won that. In the rain.
In the rain. It absolutely... it was a torrential downpour.
Yeah.
And what do they call them? Lobbing in...
Cobbing.
Cobbing, aye. They couldn't deliver them. They had to throw them.
The clue on the crowd, the best thing on the hey up, talk about Jeanette and she's what?
Oh yeah, they're the two husbands of the England side. They've been vocal in their support. They haven't had much chance for supporting this afternoon, I don't think. But yeah.
The lucky thing with the Crown Green is the bowls are a lot smaller anyway. I mean, I think the average bowl for a man is about £2.10, so it's a whole pound lighter than a flat green bowl.
Yeah.
And the trick is in water, you aim to land the bowl about 2 or 3 feet in front of you, but at a low level. As let go of it, you rotate your outer fingertips and flick it. So as it hits the water, it jumps and spins forward, rather than if you bounce it, it bounces and spins backwards. So you flick it and it hits the water and it jumps ahead. That's what cobbing is. Hits the water and flings off it.
There you go. Well, there was a lot of that in the final. Bless their hearts.
Yeah, it was a very good event. Elton Wellesby, I think, the presenter.
It was good. He did the Super Bowl and all, didn't he?
Yes. Well done. Well done.
That's a good ball. Same thing applies here, nothing for short. It's very close.
Depends on the angle, like that. Well, I mean, that neat shot it's there, it's difficult, but you play a bit quicker. In the area. Nice and solid on that one. Back to the jab. Some great
Yes,
bowls.
Tremendous ball.
Yeah. He's been good. 11 or 12 extremely good bowls that end down there. That's probably made a pair. So it's probably back in this. Yeah. Yeah, some great stuff being played from all the ladies.
That'll cheer up Dave and Chris there down supporting. Can we get a sneaky look at that, Jack? No, no.
I think it's just above the lady's hat, I think. You don't get that on BBC, do you?
You don't.
The Jack is just above the lady's hat. It is as well.
It is. It's a pom-pom. Stage of the game now where it's important that you don't lose your concentration, because at this stage, you know, a little bit of tiredness might kick in, so you've got to keep maximum concentration.
No, it just needs to swallow it, really. Just missed it.
The girls in our England team, they used to have a little get together, you know, around about, if it was an 18 end game, around about the 12 end, 13 end mark, the girls used to get down in a huddle and keep, you know, support each other and give them a sort of a little bit of an incentivized talk to sort of keep going. This is within the final lap now, and it just lifts you a little bit, you know. And it certainly worked.
I think in the more recent times as well, I know when I was first involved with the England outdoor team as a player, and Rex travelled round, well, you were the manager actually, and Rex travelled round with making sure we had things like bananas for slow release energy, jelly babies for immediately, you know, immediate sugar, that kind of stuff. It's all that kind of stuff which, you know, probably back in your era, probably wasn't even a thing, was it? You probably just turned up and relied on pure ability, was it?
Well, exactly. That's it in a nutshell, Jason, I think, yeah.
That's your Harley just arriving there, I think. Some scores are just in for my lovely little gopher. So we're going to have a quick look across the boards. So the men's fours, we've got Czech Republic 9, England A 12, Scotland 12, Switzerland 3, Cyprus B 8, England B 10, Norfolk Isles 7, United States A 8, Cyprus A 19, Guernsey 4, Jersey B 1, United States B 11, South Africa 16, Zimbabwe 6, Jersey A 9 and Wales 7. And we're going to hop to the ladies' fours on the other rinks. Cyprus B 6, Scotland 4, South Africa 9, Wales 2, United States A 9, United States B 5, Cyprus A 8, Jersey A 4, Guernsey 1, Jersey B 8. football, you know, on a Saturday afternoon, that boring voice, and they read out the football results. Aston Villa 1,
Carlisle nil.
Carlisle 0. That's a given, that one. That is a late draw.
Well, I think it's building up quite nicely here for England.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a message downstairs for it to move.
Who is it you want? Who is it you want to move?
The Norfolk Island back to Newcastle.
The skips are in.
There's a skip at the moment.
It's the umpire that's
Keep them away from
this
this.
is new, I think, this is
Gentleman there, Graham Morris, thanking us for the scores. And saying, do you, I think that's a bit before my time, you might remember that one. Can you see that one, John, at the bottom of the comment?
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that one, yeah.
I'll let you in. I can't pronounce. That's like a tongue twister for me. You can give that football score.
Yeah, Graham says, can I remember, or can we remember, East 55454?
You got that first time as well,
know.
yeah.
And I can tell you that at this moment in time, until today, Stenhousemuir are top of that second division in Scotland.
Oh really? East 55454.
Right.
It's definitely before my time, but John just hit that one right on the head. That's after 20 years of hanging his commentary microphone up.
I know.
Just hanging wide. Just didn't want to know on that slightly wider line. England 2. England's balls. Dark blue. I think. She's nearly played this. Oh, 2 feet. Just pulled up in that shadows.
What a great try.
I think it's two dark blue bowls are the England bowls. One and the next one, yeah, I think that's the other England bowl. And from here everything looks white stickers, but just going to have a quick measure. Great team behind us here running these Atlantic Senior Fours. Let's have a little look at what the team looks like.
Yes, I'm really loving the event. It's a part of our bowls community which, you know, the largest part of our bowls community are this age group, and to have something that is open to everybody, you're not selected for it really. I mean, you can participate in it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean the organisers, you know, looking at running this event every 2 years. Obviously, that will be completely dependent on sponsorship is the main thing. So we've got various bits of videos that we're showing throughout this event with all our sponsors on. Massive thanks to the sponsors, because you know, without that nothing ever happens. You know, you can put on events very, very easily, but you know, worldwide events, you know, you do need that financial backing.
And a substantial backup of the volunteer support.
Yep.
Very, very, very good.
Volunteers are the backbone of the sport worldwide, aren't they? Yes, we have our, you know.
Still, I mean, it's still, the case where, I mean, in England, all the counties, it's volunteer support, isn't it? The administration of our sport is done on an amateur and volunteer basis. And I mean, still at world level, I mean, there's not that many national authorities have got their own office and staff. I mean, a lot of the countries throughout the world, they probably run from somebody's back kitchen. You know, I mean, no disrespect, but I mean, their own homes. You know.
Yes. My other half arrives tomorrow. Don't mention that to my other half, whatever you do.
What's that?
That thing being ran from people's kitchen, I get told off all the time. For the Commonwealth Games, when the WBT led some bowls, I think I had at one point 58 sets of bowls in one of my spare rooms. That didn't go down very well.
58 sets of bowls?
Yeah, they use the wool balls or pool balls, the pool balls that we have for potters. So we have 84 sets of those. And we lent balls in various different colours, and the disability teams, well, we lent them balls for them. So we normally keep them in a lock-up in Norwich, but we went and retrieved them, and they lived in my back bedroom. I was not a popular man. I quite like that shirt. I used to like wearing that. The nice crown and the lion, I think.
Its job, it was very popular around the world.
Yeah. Just think it's nice. It's a little bit different. The blue one was quite nice as well. Yeah, it's down in the dark blue one, the one just immediately before. What's
I
the
think
big
one of the disappointments really was that a lot of supporters, you know, they've always supported them at world events. They would have loved to have bought one of those. But they weren't with Norfolk. England didn't want to sell, you know, sell them because they thought they were only for the players.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, every other sport sells their own shares.
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do.
I think they're available now. I think there's a change of policy where you can buy our international shares, which is a good thing, I think.
There's been some nice ones over the last few years. I mean, a couple of the Scottish shirts I used to quite like. I'm not so keen on the new ones with the round necks. I think they look a bit like pyjama tops, but the design that they've had over the last few years has been pretty nice. Mm. It is. Well played. Well played. Oh! That's all that wafting.
Great ball anyway. Next 2 or 3 ends are critical in this game.
Just trying to hit a hole.
Oh, what a great try. Well, the last ball showed Mark the way in. If he follows that line, she won't be far away.
In the vicinity. Just gone over. So it's 1 to England with that front bowl. That was a great effort though. A little bit unfortunate not to get the jacket a little bit maybe thicker. Take a bit more pace out of the bowl. Just not reaching when you're not. You know,
Perfect line once again.
well, she might just try to reach that last bowl. Mark will just try something very similar. The connection for 2. Well, for the first time in this game, I think England are going to take the lead. Scoring a single on end number 11. Yeah, one to red.
Four ends to play and all to play for. Who can get in first? Well, that's a good start for Norfolk Island.
Not ideal. What's her name? The scourge of the bowling world.
Scourge of balls, short balls, the scourge of balls.
Yeah, great leading.
And if you're a foot short, that isn't too bad.
Half a scourge. This is having a good look. Doesn't want the gap. Great ball.
That's a great ball, it is.
Good sportsmanship as well, the North Wales skip. Applauding that one.
But when you look at the definitions of roles of players, a number two should never be too neat.
Yes.
They should always be up to the head or through the head, because if they're missing the head and they go through, they could be useful at a later stage. Here endeth the lesson on number twos.
There you go. John will be bringing a new book out, Balls from the 90s, written and produced by J.R. Hartley. Really?
I'll show you.
Really?
I brought you with it, honestly.
Just watch it with you.
I didn't know I had a bigger family.
Did you sell that many? Dear me. Apparently you can already get it in J.R. Hartley's.
Have a copy of Fly Fishing by J.
J. Bell.
It is rather old.
It is rather old.
It's by J.R.
Do you have a book about number twos by John Bell? Okay. He's trying to sell one of his books to me now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, have a look. What was the title of that one? No, look, John Bell.
just a pickled tight.
Still a lot to work off though, isn't there? Everything
Yeah.
for the Norfolk Isles just to be up, working off any of those bowls. You sometimes think a bowl's lucky, but here you're playing. Your Norfolk Isles, you're playing arriving better on the tighter side, aren't you? Work back off that pack.
The danger with these sort of rinks though, you push your ball and you don't come back. You push it too far, but there is, you know, just over the weight. It's a perfect rest.
Yeah.
A shoulder, a shelf for you to go off.
I mean, anything like a yard up as well. There's always that straight in the back to it. Don't have to be just as neat. Just not get back. It stays on. Just gone. Just by the lady's shoulder, the jack. So I'm just scooting that in as if it's a game of curling.
Chances.
Just a foot short. Another foot probably would have counted. So a foot just to get in.
Yeah. And those last balls give her a shoulder as well. She could come off those balls. Nothing for short.
Here it comes. Little touch and she's in. Oh, everything's fallen. Now if she can just do a little side step to the left. Not quite sure still. I think either way it'll be just one either. Not sure whether that last little drop, yeah it was a great ball from the skip.
Fantastic.
Well, can't split these two teams.
Well, 3 to play, going to the wire. And that's great for a tournament like this.
Yes.
This is what it should be. Good sportsmanship and good competition.
This is the last game for today. We're back with you once again tomorrow. Every day now will be 2 games in the day. We have 9:15 in the morning and then 1:30 in the afternoon. Don't forget we're 2 hours ahead here in lovely Cyprus. Well, 2 hours ahead of the UK, should I say, depends on where you are in the world. The chat function is still open. I can see there's quite a few of you on the chat. If you want to ask Mr. Bell a question, just pop it in the chat there. I can see that. I'll pop it under his magnifying glass. Have a look. Right, here's your chance again. Just get a nip and tuck. These are the chances you must take.
Yeah, and we cannot emphasise enough the benefit of being in first on these screens.
There's a good question, John. What was your first ever national title?
National triples,
National triples.
1976.
76? Wow. Outdoors?
Outdoors, yeah, outdoors.
Ronnie Gas? No?
No, it was two lads from the club.
Was it?
Their father and son. It was Ronnie Baxter and Josie Baxter, his father.
Ronnie Baxter,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
my goodness.
yeah, right, it was good. Very good. Good lads. Had the first international trial in 1968 from Lancashire.
Did you really?
Not a lot of people know that.
No, I didn't know that. Where
I
did you
played
play?
it. I played in Lancashire,
What range did you play over there?
Eton Park.
Eton Park, the old Eton Park.
I
Oh,
was
right.
at University in Manchester.
Okay.
Because I was literate and that.
On an extra sketch.
But yeah, I had really 3 happy years down at Lancashire. We won the triples and we got down to Mortlake then, and we got I think we got well through in the triples, and then I got a trial.
Right.
Didn't get in, of course, but I got a trial.
Yeah. Deary me. That's some time ago.
It's an age ago. Anyway, let's concentrate on this game because it's getting very interesting.
Still about a yard of room to get the shot. Both hands are still available. There's one ever so slightly short, but it's not in the draw line.
It's not easy. It's you know, I mean, it looks as though the shot's certainly available. It's somewhere in the area. I don't think it's shot though. Caroline. What can you do? Very good. That must be the shot. Perfect line there. Let's tighten things up at that end. It's right in the line.
Yeah, it's just underneath. She's played this, you know. Well, having a good look at it, I don't really think it changes the shot for either player.
Well, Mark's got to be right through it. I think she's got to play with a little bit of weight at least. Can't afford to be neat.
There's loads of options available here.
With weight.
Yes. Lots of touches, stun and runs, chap and lie, as they say.
Oh dear. An overgathered line shot.
Hard to tell. Hard to tell. I don't think they are.
Well, the way that ball was played, she certainly didn't play it with weight. So that she might be a line shot. Can we get that whole telescope out again, please?
Ooh. Hard to tell. With the white stickers and the green stickers, you don't know whether the green's on the other side of the sticker. That's the problem. I mean, that's definitely one of each. Don't think that one's in. I think it's one either way. I think this the middle bowl's in, the black one. This has won it. If it stops. Ooh. No, ran on.
I think she must be holding short.
I think it's between the two black bowls, I think.
The length balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one and this one, I think. I mean, from this angle, they both look white stickers, don't they?
Very difficult for your commentators here from this
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah. Lots to be said by the big stickers. Look at that, hang on. That's a white one, so that's an England bowl.
That's two.
That That dark blue one's an England bowl. I don't think that's in though. I love the way the ladies put it on the rag. The dinner cloth out. The men just kick them all over the show, don't they? The ladies kind of like, they fold the dishcloth up and put them on the bottom.
As they would.
They put them on the cloth. It's so organised. Well, into the penultimate end. England slightly ahead.
Coming good at the right time. Very good. That's the sort of lead ball you want at this stage of the game.
Big chance. Put the pressure on.
Well, this is the stage of the game where a little bit of nerves can play the part. A little bit of tension, tightness in the arms. Still wide open.
Yeah, they're not too far away, just that little bit of adjustment in the pace, really.
Well, Norfolk Island need to score this end to set them up for a thrilling finish, but they definitely need to score.
Caroline will be just looking to just tidy up a little bit.
Yeah, seal. You can actually seal it if there's a cracker. Front toucher would be the ideal ball. Then any disturbance on the short ball, the jack and the ball would go into the ditch.
That's second. She got the jack.
Nearly. Looks wide. Was it wide? No.
Just under it. Lost the ball though. Oh.
Big chance to close the gap.
All on pace. Touch on the jack for 2. Great
Oh,
ball.
well played.
Great ball. 1 to the Norfolk Islands. So we'll want to do it with this, won't want to leave it to the last bowl.
Oh,
He's playing down to promote something. Gets the gap, gets the bowl solid.
oh. Well, open draw.
Mm.
Pressure ball.
Line's good, but what's the pace like?
The line was perfect, but just over the pace. She can afford to draw to the jack, because if she touches it, she makes 3.
Can't afford to be short with this. Just looking to get that gap for the bowl or promoter own.
That doesn't make it any easier for Marg, but she can still come round that ball that's been knocked there. She comes round it with just the right way. She still draws another shot. She's very close, you know. Oh.
That's her own bowls. That's 2. All square going into the final end.
What a thriller.
Thriller. 11-11. Legs 11. Match up, Jack in the ditch.
it's been a good game. I mean, I think the Norfolk Island had the best of the opening exchanges. I think it would be fair to say.
Definitely.
And then they sort of slipped a bit and let England back in the game. But I think England have tended to dominate the back end. And anyway, but the Norfolk Island have hung in there. And here we are with the all square last end. Perfect finish from a broadcast, from an independent viewer's point of view.
Yep, certainly is. Totally agree.
Good for me. That's a good start. That is a good start. Pressure on everybody.
Line's not bad. How's the pace? How's the pace? Just needs to drop the anchor. Yeah, probably enough.
Good thinking there, just making sure that she actually reached. Always useful where she finished.
Ooh, it's got a little divot.
Still plenty of room to draw the killer shot. Bit of tension now.
Still quite that bit of room. Probably round about a yardish to draw the shot.
Oh dear. Difficult to see who was shot actually. The Jack Level white ball looks shot, but I don't know how far the back one is behind. This looks promising.
Yeah, I was going to say a little touch. Got it.
Very good. Very good. Short.
Criminal.
At this stage, correct.
Even if you're just up and you move things from the front out the way.
Well, she knows the line in from the first. She's not bad again.
She's played a good one. If she just slips by as well, that's really good.
That's two great balls at this stage of the game. And the pressure on, excellent bowling. Now then, Glenys, all on you. I think she's got to play the open hand, hasn't she?
I think she has, yeah, I do think she has. Just be up.
Certainly up. Well, she could do worse than try and block that that channel down the backhand here. She's laying two good shots. The last thing she wants to do is just draw beside it to make it a bigger target. Well, if she was going for the back, she isn't far enough. Here we go.
She needs a helping hand. Oh, nearly got it.
Well, to give her a due, she had to be up. So, you know, a little bit too pushy, but
Nearly played a pearler.
that's an absolute cracker. What a great ball.
I think England needs to play the forehand and play straight through the middle of them.
Well,
Don't want to run into the back of it.
I don't think that's going to do anything. She needs a little bit of luck.
Not got the weight for it. No, don't think it's going to be enough weight, and that's going to be a big 3 for the Norfolk Island in the last end there, and they're going to win this game against England at 14 shots to 11. Thanks for joining me once again, John.
It's a pleasure.
Have a good evening, whatever you're up to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with you tomorrow. We're going to be using the same green. We're back live on YouTube again at 9:15. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far. But until tomorrow, from everybody here in beautiful Cyprus and at the Athena Beach, it's bye-bye for now.
Thanks, yes.
I know that I'm well away from being a perfect guy. I can have a bad temper, make a big fuss and cry. And I know that lately it's been hard. We had a bumpy ride. But if you give me one more chance, I make it everlasting. Of our love. 'cause you've been told